Hi, church friends. My name is Judy Northup, and I am an elder in the class of 2023 and a trustee in the class of 2022. And I'm here today to talk about my faith journey. And as I looked back, and I really want to just talk about a specific time that I thought was really important in my journey. It followed a time of real low and really feeling guilty for having what I felt I had abandoned God. And of course, it started with Him abandoning me in my mind, but in the reality, in the end, I knew that I had abandoned Him. And it also brings to light the fact that not only did I have this guilt, but I felt I didn't have a skill set that God would use. And I wrote this in 2010, 2011. We called it Our Real Stories. And so I'd like to share that with you. It was written about a time about 5 years before that. So we're about 17 years out. And guess what? It's still playing true. I really felt this tugging at my heart to get involved with our youth group at church. At the time, I think it was because I was on a guilt trip. I had been a single mom for much of my two daughters' lives, and I worked a lot as a single mom. And I saw how one daughter strayed and really kind of left the church, and the other daughter stayed with the church as a youth and was very involved. And they each had different outcomes and different times in college. And I just felt like that had I been there and been able to do more for my older daughter, Laura, that things could have been different. And I felt like I could have helped Laura through some struggles that she had. And so, interestingly enough, Laura and I were at a women's retreat weekend. We love this. We love to do this together. And I mentioned it to her because she had walked such a long walk back to God by that time, and told her I thought maybe God was calling me to work with a youth group. And she just bugged me about it. She wouldn't let me alone. She said, "Yes, Mom, you need to do this." And so I did. And at first, I was just thrilled that I had a lot of people helping me. I was simply there to help. I would show up on Sunday afternoon and I would be there to help. But as time went on, our youth directors left. First one we replaced, and then another. And we knew we weren't going to replace right away. So I was asked to step in and kind of be the glue that kept the kids together. And what we thought was going to be a few months ended up being close to 2 years. And it happened and it worked. And I loved my time with the youth. We did all kinds of things, maybe things, and I'm sure it's things that youth leaders were never taught to do as they were coming through their studies. And I kept telling God I wasn't sure what I was doing, and I would search and Google, and we would do some things like learning to do prayers using a rope and saying different prayers and learning how we would want to do all kinds of prayers and not just one kind of prayer. And yet then we would go and have a crazy day ringing bells for the Salvation Army and go have hot chocolate after. Or we would go do the shopping for the Thanksgiving baskets, because we would do about 6 baskets. And we loved this. And what I realized was that my guilt led me into an area that I wasn't prepared for, and yet it worked. And I felt like we all stayed together, the small youth group that we had at that time. And God used me for this. And I just felt like, looking back, that truly was a turning point in my listening to God. And He doesn't always speak directly to me. A lot of times He speaks through my children, through my friends, and I just have to listen. So thank you for letting me share this today, and have a blessed day.